Hey guys! So you might have noticed that the title's a bit short for my normal videos and it's quite off, to be honest. So the thing is, I've wanted to do a series for a long time and I've come to a conclusion, to be honest. So this is going to be a series about married Kiribaku ex-listener and you wanting a baby but being infertile. I'm not going to talk about it a lot so I don't spoil it, but this series will be of 4 parts. Two will be uploaded normally and two will be members only. It also includes like hardships of relationships and marriage, infertility, and so on. So let's get going and begin. If only we noticed. The rain outside the UA dormitory windows blurred the world into muted grays, matching the numbness spreading through your chest. 2 years. 2 years of stolen moments between classes, whispered promises under the covers, and the quiet certainty that this, them, was forever. And now you clutch the crumbled medical report in your hands, the word infertile glaring up at you like a death sentence. You hadn't even meant to find out this way. A routine checkup after a mission injury, a concerned doctor, a blood test just to be sure, and then this. The bathroom door creaked open, and Kirshima's voice, warm and familiar, cut through the silence. Hey babe, you've been in here forever. Everything okay? You didn't answer. You couldn't. The lump in your throat was too thick, the weight too heavy. Bakugo's gruff voice followed, closer this time. Hey, talk to us. When you finally looked up, their faces. Kirshima's soft concern, Bakugo's sharp face, made the tears spill over. I can't. Your voice broke. I can't give you what you want. Kirishima knelt in front of you, his callous hands gently prying the paper from your grip. His red eyes scanned the words, and you watched as his expression shifted from confusion to realization, and then to something painfully tender. Oh, sweetheart. Bakugo snatched the paper from him, his crimson eyes narrowing as he read. His jaw clenched, but he didn't speak. He just stared, as if waiting for the words to rearrange themselves into something less final. It's not fair, you whispered. You've always talked about kids, about a family, and now I'm... Stop. Bakugo's voice was low, rough. You think this changes shit? Kirshima's thumb brushed your cheek, wiping away tears. We want you, kids or no kids. That doesn't change, Royan. But the way Bakugo's fist tightened, the way Kirshima's smile didn't quite reach his eyes. You knew, because you'd seen the way Bakugo's scowl softened when Eri shyly handed him a drawing. How Kirshima's eyes lit up talking about the girls he saved. And now you were a locked door in the path of the future they had imagined. Days passed in a haze. Kirishima touched you more, lingering hugs, kisses to your temple, as if trying to pour his reassurance into your skin. Bakugo, ever the man of action, buried himself in research, barking at doctors over the phone, demanding second opinions. But every time he slammed his laptop shut with a frustrated growl, every time Kirishima's optimism faltered, the chasm between you grew. One night, after Bakugo stormed out following another dead-end call, Kirishima found you curled up on the couch, the TV flickering silently. Hey, he murmured, draping a blanket over your shoulders. Are you okay, Juan? You didn't answer. He sighed sitting beside you. Katsuki's... he's not handling this well, but he's trying. We both are. Are you? The question slipped before you could stop it. Or you're just pretending that it's fine. because you think that's what I need. Kirishima stiffened. Ijiro, your voice cracked. Tell me the truth. Do you still want this? Me? Do you, Ijiro? His silence was louder than any answer. Bakugo was the one who finally snapped. Damn it. Would you stop acting like this is the freaking end of the world? He roared, slamming his hands on the dorm's kitchen table. You flinched. Isn't it? No, there's other options. Options? You laughed, hollow. What do you mean? Adoption? Surrogacy? You think that's enough for you? For either of you? Kirishima stepped between you, his voice strained. Guys, stop. No, let him say it. You glared at Bakugo, your chest heaving. You've always wanted a kid that's yours. Blood, legacy, whatever the hell you call it. And I can't give you that. So what's left? Bakugo's eyes burned. You're really freaking stupid. You think I give a damn about blood. Then why do you look at me like I'm broken? The words hung in the air, sharp and suffocating, especially to you. Kirishima's hand shook. We don't think you're broken, he whispered. But it's okay to grieve. All of us, Wayan. 3 years later, the kitchen was bathed in golden evening light, the kind that made everything feel soft and warm. The scent of garlic and rosemary filled the air as you chopped vegetables. The rhythmic sound of the knife against the cutting board, almost meditative. Outside, the sun dipped low, casting long shadows across the apartment. A normal evening, a peaceful one. Then, a twing. A sharp, low pinch in your abdomen that made you pause. Mid-chop, you frowned, pressing a hand to your stomach. It wasn't unfamiliar. Your body had been unpredictable since the diagnosis. Your cycle irregular, sometimes disappearing for months at a time. You'd learn not to think too much about it. You took a slow breath and went back to chopping. And then it hit. A searing, twisting pain tore through you so violently your vision whited out. The knife slipped from your fingers, clattering against the counter as you doubled over, gasping. Your hands scrambled from purchase, fingers digging into the edge of the countertop until your knuckles turned white. What the hell? The pain ebbed away for just a second, just long enough for you to straighten, to take a shaky breath, before it returned tenfold, a hot, unrelenting pressure that stole the air from your lungs. A wet, sickening heat pulled between your legs, your breath caught. Slowly, terrified, you looked down. A thin trail of crimson dripped down your thigh, soaking into the fabric of your sweatpants. Something else, something clear and watery, mixed with it, splattering onto the tile below in slow, deliberate drops. Your stomach dropped. No. Your hands trembled violently as you reached for your phone, fingers slipping over the screen. Bakugo's contact blurred in your vision, the edges of the world narrowing to a single, horrifying point. One ring, two. Oi, what is it? Katsuki. Your voice was barely a whisper, choked and broken. Something's wrong. A fresh wave of pain stole your breath. You whimpered, sliding down the cabinet until you were crouched on the floor, knees pressed to your chest. The cold tile bit into your skin, but you barely felt it, not over the agony twisting inside you, not over the warm, sticky wetness spreading beneath you. Where are you? Bakugo's voice was sharp, urgent, the sound of movement already loud in the background. Home. Another cramp ripped through you, and you choked back a sob. It hurts. I don't know what's happening. Freaking hell. Ijiro. Bakugo's voice was distant for a moment. Shouting. Raw was something you'd never heard before. Panic. Then, back to you. Lower. Rougher. Stay on the freaking phone. We're coming. Just breathe, okay? Freaking breathe. You tried. You really did. But the pain was relentless. And the blood. God, the blood wasn't stopping. It soaked through your pants, sticky and warm. A horrifying reminder that something was very, very wrong. He didn't remember the next minutes, just fragments. The sound of Bakugo's ragged breath. Through the phone. Kirishima's frantic voice in the background. The screech of tires outside. The distant wail of a siren. Then the front door slammed open with enough force to rattle the walls. Where is she? Kirishima's voice, raw with panic, echoed through the apartment. Kitchen. Freaking hell, kitchen. Bakugo's footsteps pounded the hall, heavy and frantic. And then, they were there. Bakugo skidded to his knees in front of you, his hands hovering, unsure of where exactly to touch. His crimson eyes were wide, flickering between your face and the blood on the floor, his expression a terrifying mix of fury and fear. Shit. Shit. His voice was rough, his hands shaking as he reaches for you. Kirishima was beside you in an instant, his large hands cradling your face. Hey, look at me. Darling, we've got you. We're right here, okay? His voice cracked, his thumbs brushing away tears he didn't even realize were falling. Can you stand? You shook your head, tears streaming down your face. I can't. Bakugo didn't hesitate. He slid one arm under your knees, the other around your back, lifting you effortlessly against his chest. He buried your face in his shoulder, trembling, the scent of his hero suit, smoke and sweat, and something uniquely him, filling your senses. Car, now. Bakugo snarled, already moving. Kirishima was ahead of them, throwing open the door, shouting something about calling the hospital ahead. His voice tight with barely restrained panic. The ride was a blur. You were vaguely aware of Kirishima in the backseat with you, his arms wrapped around you, murmuring reassurances that you couldn't quite hear over the roaring in your ears. Bakugo drove like a man possessed, his jaw clenched so tight that you thought it might break, his knuckles white on the steering wheel. The hospital lights were too bright, too sterile, voices overlapping, too loud, too fast. Get an ultrasound quick. She's failing. Is that? Hands lifted you onto a gurney, cold gel smeared across your stomach, the press of a wound, too firm against your skin. Silence, and then... You are pregnant. The words didn't make sense. You blinked up at the doctor, your mind sluggish, your body numb. What? The doctor's face was grim, her voice gentle in a way that made your stomach twist. Approximately 8 weeks, but... She hesitated, and in that moment you knew. There's no heartbeat.